The room fell silent the moment the paycheck hit the podium. Not because of the number printed on it, though that alone could have stirred a storm, but because of the shaking hand that held it. Kennedy's fingers trembled not with fear, but with a ferocity that came from a lifetime of being told to wait, to be patient, to accept things as they are. And tonight, in a packed community auditorium where folding chairs squeaked and whispered like restless witnesses, that patience had finally run out. He hadn't planned to show the pay stub. That part was impulsive, born at the very edge of frustration. But sometimes truth needed to be loud, unpolished, and inconvenient, and so there it was, a thin slip of reality fluttering like a white flag of surrender or a battle standard, depending on how one chose to see it. Across from him stood Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, poised, commanding, and articulate. She had just finished speaking about progress, about modern solutions, about how old thinking was holding America back. Her words had drawn applause. Kennedy had clapped too, quietly, respectfully. Until she turned to him during Q&A, lifted a brow, and asked, "Don't you think your ideas belong to another era? Don't you think it's old thinking to believe that people can just work their way up anymore?" That was when his hand had dipped into the inside pocket of his jacket. And everything changed. Kennedy wasn't a politician. He didn't aspire to be one. He was a supervisor at a packaging warehouse on the north end of town, a place that smelled like cardboard, sweat, and fluorescent lights that buzzed like anxious insects. He worked 60 hours a week, sometimes more. He had a degree he never used. He had health insurance he could barely afford. He had dreams he didn't talk about because dreams were expensive, and he was already overdrawn. But he also had a daughter, a bright, stubborn, wild-hearted girl named Eliza who believed he could fix anything. Broken zippers. Broken toys. Broken days. She thought he was a magician. And he tried so hard not to disappoint her. That was why he was here tonight. Not for politics. Not for parties. Not for arguments. For her. For future paychecks that didn't vanish into bills before he even held them. For a future where she didn't see him come home exhausted, smelling like machinery and hopelessness. But he hadn't expected to speak. He had imagined sitting quietly near the back, maybe asking a polite question about rising costs. And yet here he was standing, shaking, pay stub in hand, and a room of strangers staring at him like he had just cracked open the floor beneath their feet. He took a slow breath. "This," he said, lifting the paper, "is today's pay stub." A murmur rippled through the crowd. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. "When I was growing up," he continued, "my father told me the same thing people tell young folks now: work hard, and you'll be okay." That wasn't old.